Hey everyone, this is my first attempt at displaying an August budget. So first off, I'm using the Dave Ramsey Every Dollar app. I'm logged in here on the website, but wife and I both use this. So I wanted to quickly go through our August budget. First off, we have our income listed here. This is net income, so we have actually quite a bit coming out for retirement. Out of our gross, aka into 401k or 403b. So bottom line here, income being $13,098 for the month. We won't be giving until we actually get on to baby step 7. So emergency fund is actually fully funded. It's a lot more than $3,000, so I'm not sure why that's in there. So college fund, we have 2 small children, both under the age of 4 years old. So we contribute to a 529 every month at $850 a month. We do a backdoor Roth IRA. Our income is over the limits, so we do that every month. Our mortgage is actually on a 30-year note, but we've been paying it down a little bit more aggressively than a 30-year plan. This is the actual gas bill, gas and water that's due. Electric bill, we have a decently sized house and we like to keep it cool, so it's not cheap. Mobile phone, you're going to see a lot of these SS. These are all sinking fund accounts that I do things a little strange and move stuff into a savings account for items like this. My wife's actually still on my in-laws plan and only pays $45 a month for this. My phone itself is covered by my employer, so we only spend $45 a month for the data charges. This is our cable bill. Eventually we'll look to cut the cable, but we're currently under a contract. So our garbage is a sinking fund. We budget for routine repairs around the house, and I also want to build a porch, so that goes into a sinking fund as well, and thankfully it actually helped out. We just had a close to 100-year-old tree fall across our driveway and do quite a bit of damage in July, so that repair sinking fund actually paid for our homeowner's deductible to get rid of the tree. And then here, I'll come back to this in a little bit. It's additional principal. Auto, gas, and oil. Thankfully, my employer pays for my company car and my oil and fuel and all the maintenance. So this is really only my wife's information here. Typically, we end up spending probably $80 tops unless we need an oil change, which she only drives less than 4 miles to work. So she doesn't put a lot of mileage on her car. We do have a car replacement fund that I use. It's automatically taken out through Vanguard every month, so that's $300 a month. We have, I don't know, $3,000 in that account. The car we have right now is only worth about $8,000. We bought it with cash years ago, so it's over 10 years old, so at some point we'll have to replace that. Groceries, we unfortunately spend a whole lot of money there. This is something that we cook a lot, and we use a lot of fish and kind of more maybe expensive ingredients. We don't meal plan, we don't do anything. This is something we splurge on, and we're, I guess, fine with it. Restaurants typically don't hit near that. We're both very busy, and I travel a lot for work, so I end up putting up quite a bit on that. But that's also kind of our date night as well. So we do have an animal, so she has a visit this month, so we'll spend about $120 on that. Clothing is also a sinking fund. It's going to be back to school for at least one of our children. Child care, we have a nanny that comes in-house only on days that we actually need her. My wife works a shift job, so it's not 5 days a week. Typically spend about $850, never spent more than $900. So school tuition, only one of our children is in preschool or pre-K rather. She goes to a private school down the road from us, so it's about $325 a month. Miscellaneous are just odds and ends that I don't know where to put, and it's also our pocket money. We have about $150 each of pocket money. License plate tag is $860 a month. We do have a cleaning service that comes in twice a month that we budget for. Decorations is also a sinking fund, little things around the house that my wife wants to pick up. Hair, and I also call it beauty. So that's about, my wife gets it done about every other month, which this is the month, and Mine's like $12. Gifts is a sinking fund account. We have a whole lot of family birthdays in August, so it's going to go far above that 150. But again, we have a sinking fund to pull from. So vacations, that's an estimate. We do one big vacation, one small vacation a year. Actually, just started that this year after both of us finished our master's degrees. We went down to Mexico with 2 other couples, and then we'll do like a long weekend somewhere that's we can drive to within a couple hours that we'll do every year from now on. And then the last 3 sinking fund accounts here are health insurance up to the point where we would meet our out-of-pocket max. We're about $200 shy, I think, after August of hitting that. Our life insurance we pay annually and auto insurance semi-annually, so that's how it breaks down. We've actually never, the only debt we've ever had is homeowners insurance, or home mortgage, I'm sorry. We've never had PMI, so we've just been frugal individuals. I've been listening to Dave Ramsey for 6 years now, but have only really recently gotten aggressive at looking at owning our home because we've always, not always, we've been upgrading our homes as we've gone along, and I think we're actually now in a home that we can settle into. So we never really aggressively approached that. So going back up here to our mortgage information, so that $1,858.78 a month. Unfortunately, we do live in Illinois with really high property taxes. But our additional principal, this is kind of what the number that fluctuates. It's a really odd number, but anything that's in excess in our income that's above what our expenses are, we're throwing at the additional principal. So that number generally is accurate within $100. Sometimes it'll go up, sometimes it'll go down. But really over the last few months, we've been putting anywhere from $2,400 to $3,400 additional on the principal. So that's kind of why it looks a little skewed in our housing as 51%, because a lot of that is elective. So other than that, we do 16.5% of gross income into retirement savings, and we have that little car investment fund that we may not use for a couple of years. So that is our August budget. Thanks a lot.